The following is a presentation of Radio Plus Sports.
Starting his way into the defense. He's still on his feet, moving to the end zone. Touchdown, Wedgers.
It is good. Ripon scores at the buzzer.
Welsh one-on-one. Welsh shot. Goal! Springs!
Radio Plus Sports, recognized by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association in their awards for excellence.
Play action, Raditz right side. Now backing up, pocket collapsing, rainbowing, end zone. Yes, touchdown, Fond du Lac.
And a set in the middle to Prevey, and she'll put it down across her body and on the floor.
As the best in high school sports play-by-play in the state.
Gibson, nice pass over to Cohen. Going to go middle hit over to Courtney Vander dealing it off the block attempt.
Buckhorn wins 59-58. State champions in Division III.
This broadcast is sponsored by the following local partners.
Optivision, Taco Bell, BCI Burke, Bauer Chiropractic,
Marian University, New Medical Center, Rademan Stone and Landscape, Baker Cheese,
Hopper's All-Star Trophy and Silk Screening, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Everson and Gibbs Attorneys at Law, Pump and Pantry,
AirTech Heating and Cooling, Winnebago Lutheran Academy, Fox Valley Savings Bank, Bob's Pizza,
Addison Jones Real Estate, Quest Interiors, Anders Auto Parts, Right Way Home Improvement,
St. Mary Springs Academy, Scotty's Auto Works, Fond du Lac Credit Union, Pioneer Pit Stop,
Spectrum Call Center, Pizza Ranch of Fond du Lac, Camera Casino, Holiday Automotive,
Doyle Family Dentistry, Musa Sheet Metal, Silica for your home, Michaels Corporation.
The complete broadcast schedule can be found at radioplusinfo.com. Let's go live to the Radio Plus Sports broadcast booth.
Good evening, high school football fans. I'm Stuart Atkinson here on RadioPlusInfo.com. We have a Flyway Conference matchup between St. Mary Springs and Winnebago Lutheran Academy at Ingalls Field here in Ripon. Ripon's going to be one of the three fields used in the Flyway Conference this year for the spring alternative football season. And you are live here watching us on the pregame show brought to you by Integrity Saw and Tool. Shout out to our sponsor there. Thanks, Paul, for sponsoring the pregame show. We appreciate it. So let's start this pregame brought to you by Integrity Saw and Tool. Springs lost their first game of the season last Friday, 24-12 against Amro. Bit of a surprising loss for Springs. They're looking to bounce back tonight. WLA came away with a solid victory as they defeated Ripon 44-13 last Friday, and that game was played in Kewaskum. So Kewaskum, Ripon, two of the three fields that are going to be used for the Flyway Conference this year in the spring alternative football season. So again, Springs looking to bounce back after their opening loss, which is not something they're accustomed to. I'm sure Bob Highland is going to have them ready to go tonight, and then the Vikings coming off of that nice 44-13 win against Ripon. Coach Kyle Lair is going to have his team ready to go as well. And they're crosstown rivals. They're in the same conference, same city. Always a good matchup, no matter the sport. I did hear the PA announcer a couple minutes ago. They already had the coin toss, and it looks like WLA will receive to start the game. So we'll take a break. You are watching the pregame show here on RadioPlusInfo.com.
We've got an extremely strong board of directors that sets the tone for the organization, as well as independent ownership. Very unique for an organization of our size to really be owned by one family.
As the bank grew, our lending limits grew, and so we were able to address a lot of the needs of companies, newer companies. I would say we focused more on smaller family-owned businesses at that time. I would say a strong balance sheet benefits everyone, and it's not just in a bank. It's what we've recommended customers have. I think if everyone has that philosophy, they'll endure over a longer period of time. We have to have the foresight to get our customers through tough times, And all of these things are challenging because we're able to do it.
We have a strong commitment to the success of our customers and build long-term relationships. We earn our customers' trust each and every day. It is our culture, and it starts at the top with strong leadership.
So we at National Exchange Bank and Trust have the size to be able to serve all of the needs of our customers. That's very unique to be able to do that, yet retain the community bank image and culture.
Well, I think we're strong. We're going to be around. Always have been.
Dr. Shane Bauer of Bauer Chiropractic for progressive and traditional chiropractic care. If you're in pain, Bauer Chiropractic offers unique ways to provide relief for many types of pain and conditions. New to this area is MLS Class 4 cold laser therapy, which can be very effective with treating many nagging injuries such as plantar fasciitis, tennis elbow, shoulder pain, knee pain, and many others. Pain relief and prevention are 2 reasons to see Dr. Shane Bauer at 355 North Peters Avenue, Fond du Lac, or log on BauerChiroFDL.com.
March Mania at Holiday is your ticket to save with beefy cash incentives on Buick and GMC favorites.
Score slam dunk savings.
Get more for your trade. Plus, an exceptional buying experience.
Discover the difference at Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Drive inspired in the 3-row Mazda CX-9. Now $349 per month with 0 down.
Get more Mazda for your money and more for your trade. Plus, an exceptional buying experience.
Discover the difference at Holiday Mazda, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Doyle Kelly Dental, a name this area is trusted to bring Fond du Lac smiles for over 50 years. Dr. Kathy Doyle has continued this exceptional care with staff who go the extra mile to make sure you're comfortable throughout your entire appointment. Dr. Kathy Doyle would like to welcome Dr. Erin Cole to her office on Fond du Lac Avenue.
Hello, this is Dr. Erin Cole. I am excited to be back home and working alongside Dr. Kathy and the team at Doyle Kelly Dental. I will make your smile my first priority. I'm accepting patients now at FondDuLacSmiles.com.
Fond du Lac firefighters don't just fight fires, medical emergencies, traffic accidents, hazardous materials, technical rescue and water rescue, fire prevention and education. It's all in a day's or night's work. Because Fond du Lac firefighters save lives. We fight fires and much, much more.
Taco Bell's Quesalupa is back with its cheese stuffed shell. Woo! But there's nothing worse than overhype.
Here it is.
So we'll skip the speeches and the influencers.
Hello?
Cut the fanfare.
Oh, man.
And the pyro.
Oh, man.
So don't hold on to your seats. We're just here to tell you the Quesalupa's cheese stuffed shell is back. And we think you'll like it.
Winnebago, Winnebago.
Winnebago Lutheran Academy is different than most high schools.
We have a wide variety of activities to get involved throughout WLA.
The teachers are always willing to help and want us to succeed.
The atmosphere at school makes you feel safe and welcome.
Tuition may seem expensive, but we are part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program.
The most important aspect of WLA is the Christian education that is offered.
Come join our family. Visit us at WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
Welcome back to the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show here on RadioPlusInfo.com. Stuart Atkinson here. Spring Alternative Football, second game of the season for both squads tonight. Springs versus WLA. Springs coming off a loss. WLA coming off of a victory. Let's look at some of the stats from Springs' last game against Amro. Braden King, 7 of 15 through the air, 46.5% completion percentage, 54 yards, averaged 3.6 yards per an attempt, and did not throw a touchdown via the air. On the ground, Isaac Highland, 11 attempts, 81 rushing yards, and a touchdown. David Miller, 8 carries for 21 yards. Levi Hempner had a carry for 3 yards, and King had 6 carries for negative 17 yards. The majority of those are sacks. Receiving, Aiden Ottery with 6 catches and 54 yards, and David Miller caught a pass but did not gain any yards. Defensively, leading the way in tackles was Levi Hempner with 16 tackles, 14 assisted tackles, 2 solo tackles, and 2 of those tackles were for a loss. And then Chuck Keeble behind him with 15 total tackles, 13 of them being assisted. David Miller had 12 tackles. 8 of those 12 were assisted. So only able to muster up 2 touchdowns in that game against Omro. They're going to look to score and put some more points on the board tonight, and they're going to have to keep up with that offense of WLA as they scored 44 points last Friday at Kewaskum in their victory against Waupun. A big part of that due to the rushing game of Tyson Lofton, who rushed. He had 5 touchdowns and had 258 yards on the ground. So a big game from him. They only attempted 1 pass. Quarterback Josh Roloff did not complete it, but did plenty of damage on the ground. Again, 19 carries for Lofton for 258 yards, 5 touchdowns. Cole Wiedemeyer, 4 attempts for 78 yards and a touchdown. Brendan Ebert, 3 carries for 17 yards. Jacob Huey had a carry, 5 carries for 15 yards. Jack Karst, 7 carries for 2 yards. And Josh Roloff, 5 carries for -9 yards. But again, those are factoring in the sacks. So those are some of the numbers from last Friday's games for both squads. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 o'clock. It looks like we're going to be pretty close to on time. So we'll take another break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the Integrity Saw Tool pregame show here on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Signature Homes was founded about 25 years ago. Shortly after we started our real estate business, we realized there was a need for new construction. So many times we're out showing property to buyers and they aren't finding what they're looking for. And if we can't find them what they're looking for, we need to have another option. And so we started to customize homes and really make them specific to the customer's needs. That model has grown over the years. We started with building just a few homes, and now we're building 30, 35 homes a year. We have showrooms in all of our locations. If you just want to walk in and learn more about our building company, we can do that.
Baker Cheese, producing award-winning cheese since 1916. Not only can you find fresh Baker cheese at your local grocer, make the short drive to their in-house country cheese store. Over 100 varieties of other cheeses from the best cheesemakers in Wisconsin. Take Highway 23, go south on G 3 miles, and follow the freshness. Visit BakerCheese.com. Baker Cheese, a Wisconsin cheese heritage since 1916.
Welcome back to the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. And we're going to send it over to the interview with the head coach of Springs Island. Nick Rush caught up with him yesterday, and here's the audio of that interview.
Pregame show continues on RadioPlusInfo.com. Video streaming high school football on our video platform. St. Mary Springs Academy head coach Bob Hyland with us here. Coach, always a pleasure. Thanks for the time, as always.
No problem. I'm just sitting here doing nothing today, so getting ready for the game tomorrow.
Worked out well. All right. So before we talk about the Winnebago Lithard Academy game coming up on Wednesday, let's go back to the Omro game this past Friday and just kind of recap that for us if you could.
Well, you can't make errors like we did. We dropped that their first punt, fumble, they recovered, they took it in the end zone. That knocked a little bit out of us, but the whole thing was I don't think we were really prepared for a team like Omro. Extremely physical. They had most of their players back from a year ago, and we were starting a lot of young kids because of our senior class. We had 6 kids not choosing football in the spring, and so our depth and everything else hurt, along with several kids being gone on vacation. So we were not ready. We were not ready to play. I think we've improved quite a bit this week, and we will be ready for Winnebago and all our opponents from now on.
Bob, what'd you work on for the most part getting ready for this Wednesday game? It's a quick turnaround from Friday to Wednesday.
Well, it was assignments. Offensively, assignments were horrendous during the game. They didn't do anything really different, but our kids just haven't been able to pick up assignments on offense. Well, I mean, you've got majority of them starting for the first time. it really was getting assignments down defensively, making a couple adjustments, and more so going through their assignments and showing them on film that we were not challenging them as receivers and getting up there to support. So we did a lot of soul searching and working on assignments this week, and so hopefully it comes through on Wednesday night. We worry about St. Mary Springs. I didn't even know the name. I did not know how many yards he was going for. We totally concentrate on what we have to do rather than what they're doing. Yes, our kids know their offense and defense, what their basis is, but if we get beat by a better team, which I think Amro was, we're beat. But in our case right now, we concentrate on making St. Mary Springs better rather than trying to prepare just for one person or a couple of people with Winnebago Lutheran. So our thing is just a total package. Get ready to play, improve each week, and see where we go at the end of the season.
Bob, appreciate the time. Thank you as always, and we'll chat again next week. Pregame show continues on RadioPlusInfo.com. Video stream.
So you're ready for a new TV. Nice. Are you thinking LED Smart TV, Ultra HD 4K, OLED Plasma Curved Screen, 3D, Energy Star, Ultra Thin, 240 Hz, or Cloud? Should you choose a big screen, a bigger screen, or just plain huge? Well, at Silica, we make it easy. Save big on the amazing clarity of Ultra HD. Plus, pay no interest when paid in full within 12 months. So go bigger and better the easy way at Silica for your home. We speak TV.
It's news reporter Pepperoni with the latest. We've discovered people all over Fond du Lac downloading the new app to satisfy their appetite. It's the Bob's Pizza app, making it easier than ever to order Bob's Pizza. Got an appetite for pizza? Get the Bob's Pizza app or order online now at bobspizzafdl.com. This is Pepperoni reporting.
Legendary Pizza, Bob's Pizza. For delivery, pickup, and take and bake, log on to bobspizzafdl.com. That's bobspizzafdl.com.
Welcome back to RadioPlusInfo.com. We're moments away from kickoff between St. Mary Springs Ledgers and the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. Wrapping up the Integrity Cell and Tool pregame show. We'll move towards the Right Way Home Improvement opening kickoff here shortly. Bauer Chiropractic Injury Report. Bauer Chiropractic for progressive and traditional chiropractic care. When you're in pain, see Shane, Dr. Shane Bauer. I have not been informed of any injuries from either squads, so that is good. That's going to be our injury report. Baker Chiefs starting lineups, the PA announcer. Both teams electing to be announced as a team for starting lineups, so no official starting lineups. Both teams going to take the field as a team as the starting lineups from both end zones, which already occurred. So that's your Baker Cheese starting lineups. Should be a good one tonight, folks. These two teams, it's always a fun rivalry. You know, they're same town, cross town rivalry. Both private schools in the same conference, Flyway Conference, fighting for bragging rights in Fond du Lac. Springs, normally a dominant team, coming off of a rare loss, and WLA coming off of a dominating win against Waupun. Springs is going to be kicking off left to right on your video screen, and WLA will be receiving as we're waiting for the Vikings special teams to take the field as Springs is ready to go, and here come the Vikings onto the field. David Miller going to be kicking off for the Ledgers. Senior David Miller returned a kickoff back for a touchdown last week as well. So the do-it-all player for Springs. And here we go. Spring football, game number 2 of the season for both squads. Ball's fielded at the 15. It's going to be taken to the 20 and now making a man miss and coming up the sidelines, and he's going to be forced out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. So a good return for the Vikings and good starting field position for WLA. Vikings like to run the ball. They're officially going to mark it at the 39. So first drive starts at the 39 for the Vikings. I would imagine they're going to come out and try and establish the run game. Got an I formation, 2 wide receiver set. 3 wide receiver set. 2 tight end comes in motion. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle. And falling forward is Jacob Huey for a gain of about 5. So the junior Jacob Huey, 5'9", 155 pounds, goes up the gut for a gain of 5 on the first play of the game. 2nd and 5 on the 44-yard line for the Vikings. This is what they do. Stay ahead of the chains. Have manageable 2nd and 3rd down opportunities. Ethan Cole goes in motion. Now another man out in motion. It's going to be a handoff up to the right side, and falling for what appears to be a first down is Tyson Lofton, the junior, 5'11", 215 pounds. And his first carry goes for a first down. Reminder, last game against Waupun, Tyson Lofton went for 258 yards on the ground and had 5 touchdowns. Definitely going to be a player to watch and keep your eye on tonight. So many different options in the backfield. Who's going to get the ball as Ethan Cole goes in motion? And they're going to hand it off. It's Lofton again, and this time he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Couple ledgers in there making the tackle. So 2nd and about 9 coming up for the Vikings. '72 Billy Schrouth in on the tackle for Springs. Josh Roloff, the senior quarterback, 5'11", 170, has yet to attempt a pass tonight. And fumbling the snap and falling on it, so 3rd and long coming up, but Roloff able to fall on it and prevents a turnover. So 3rd and 9 coming up for the Vikings on Springs' 49. Almost a disaster of a play there for the Vikings. They are in a spot in the middle of the field where if they pick up a good chunk of yards here, it's likely they could go for it on 4th down. 3 running backs in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to, appears to be Lofton, and he's going to go backwards for a loss, and Springs gets the 3rd down stop. That was actually 16, Cole Wiedmeyer on the carry. So Cole Wiedmeyer on the carry, loses a couple, and 4th and 12 for the Vikings. Couple ledgers back to return the punt. Looks like number 5, Isaac Hyland, the 5'11", 175-pound junior. Motion, good snap, and punt's going to get away clean. And it's going to go in front of Highland and bounce, and Springs are going to just let it get down by the Vikings, and Springs' first possession is going to start at about the 21-yard line. So good stop for Springs. Vikings, 44 points last week. preventing points on their first drive is a good start for the Springs defense. 2 wide receivers to the near side. In motion is Bone, and now a flag before, or a whistle, I should say, before the play gets off. Offsides on the Vikings, so 1st and 5 coming up for Springs. Nice gain of 5 yards before running their first official offensive play. Senior Braden King, quarterback for the Ledgers, and it's going to be James Bone going in motion, and we're going to get another whistle, and it's going to be a false start and erase those 5 yards that were just awarded to the Ledgers. So 5 yards forward, 5 yards back, 8:17 to go here in the first. And Bone going in motion again. And now it is going to get handed off up the middle for a gain of about maybe 2 yards or so. Sam Lucas jogs onto the field. So the Vikings front stuffing the gaps there and only allowing 2 yards on the carry. They're going to hand it off again, and it's only going to be a gain of a couple again, as 3rd and medium coming up for Springs. Looked like it was Isaac Hyland on the carry. Actually, a gain of about 5 or so yards there. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. Where they're at in the field is a tough vantage point for us in the box, and not picking up the first down, and a big 3rd down stop by the Vikings as David Miller was hit immediately. We'll see if they decide to go for it. It's still 4th and short, but they are on their own 28-yard line, so not the best field position to go for it, but looks like they are going to go for it. Punt team is not out there for either squad, so a big play coming early here in the first quarter. They're going to hand it off. It looks like it's Hyland. It's going to be enough for a first down. So Isaac Hyland, the junior, picks up the first down on 4th and short, and Springs move the chains. .6:15 to go in the first quarter. Clock is running. Still scoreless on the Quest Interior scoreboard here at Ingalls Field in Ripon. Handoff, making a man, misses Hyland, and the ball stripped. It was actually Miller on the carry. We'll see who fell on it. And Springs does recover as David Miller made a man miss, was up the gut for about 8 yards, had it stripped from him, and then falling on the ball actually gets them the first down. So a first down by Springs, a good run by Miller, but almost a dangerous play. So both teams already fumbling once, both recovering their fumbles. No turnovers yet. Ottery in motion. The handoff to Miller, and he's going to get about almost 5 yards, as it looked like it was only going to be a gain of a couple, but David Miller turning those legs for a solid pickup on first down. Backer Ray jogs onto the field for the Vikings. 2nd and 5 now. King under center. He's got 2 behind him. Miller and Highland. It's going to be to Miller, and Miller's got enough for a first down and some. Gain of about 9, and Springs is going to have a first down on the Vikings' 42-yard line. No explosive plays yet, but Springs converting on a 4th and short, picking up 3 first downs already on this drive. Now that handoff, and there is Highland, and he's going to be gone for a touchdown. Isaac Highland scores first for Springs. Isaac Highland with a touchdown. 4:27 remaining in the first quarter. Highland last game had 11 carries for 81 yards and a touchdown. So second rushing touchdown of the year for Isaac Highland. Springs is going to go for 2. It's handed off to Miller. And he did not get it. So 2-point conversion, no good. Your score is 6-0. Springs on top on your Quest Interior scoreboard. We'll take a break here on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Taco Bell's quesalupa is back with its cheese stuffed shell. But there's nothing worse than overhype.
Here it is.
So we'll skip the speeches and the influencers.
Hello?
Cut the fanfare.
Oh, man.
And the pyro.
Oh, man.
So don't hold on to your seats. We're just here to tell you the quesalupa's cheese stuffed shell is back. And we think you'll like it.
Hey, I'm Kat, alternative sports junkie and champion sturgeon wrestler. I do a lot of crazy things. So when I apply for a loan, it needs to be easy. That's why I choose Fond du Lac Credit Union.
Apply online with Fond du Lac Credit Union.
You need help?
Welcome back to RadioPlusInfo.com. Isaac Highland with a 20-plus yard rushing touchdown for St. Mary Springs to put them up 6-0 against their conference rival, Winnebago Lutheran Academy. 2-point conversion, no good on the handoff to David Miller. And there's the squib kick. We'll see if it's going to go out of bounds, and it will. There's the flag, so good field position starting for WLA. If you're Bob Highland, you got to like to start for Springs. Trailed last week right off the bat. 6-0 after the first quarter. Losing 24-12. Punching first and scoring first. All the momentum on Springs side. Already got a defensive stop against the prolific rushing attack of WLA. And then they march down the field. And a big play so far in this game, it's early, is deciding to go for it on 4th and 2 inside their own 30 and converting. And now a miscommunication in the backfield for WLA, and they're going to go for about a 10-yard loss. So 54, Tom Kaufman in the backfield on that one for Springs. So Kaufman with about a 6-yard loss, they're going to say. Looked like he went back a little farther. So 2nd and 16 now coming up for the Vikings. Orloff had some confusion, didn't know who to hand it off to in the backfield. We got 3:40 left to go here in the first. Clock is running, and a whistle. A timeout called by the Vikings' Kyle Lair. So we'll take a break as well. You're watching high school spring football on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Hi, I'm Brock Rademan with the Rademan Stone and Landscape Company. As the first member of our 4th generation family-owned business, I'm proud to carry on the tradition of providing quality stone products to Fond du Lac and the surrounding areas. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademan's, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Whether building or remodeling, veneer stone can add a natural look and feel to your home. Our natural stone is available in many different textures, sizes, colors, and cuts. Stop out at Rademan's and see our indoor-outdoor stone displays, or like us on Facebook to see some finished projects. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
Welcome back to RadioPlusInfo.com. Stuart Atkinson here at 6-0. Springs on top with 3:39 to go. Timeout called by the Vikings. They have a 2nd and 16 coming up. And they're going to toss it almost on the ground. It is on the ground, and it's a turnover, and Springs has it. 72 for Springs, falling on it, Billy Schwartz. And the first turnover of the night is awarded to the Ledgers. So back-to-back big defensive plays for Springs. A 6-yard tackle for a loss. Vikings call a timeout, and out of the timeout, they turn it over on an H-back toss. And player shook up a little bit for the Vikings. 24 is Tyson Lofton. Big component of their offense, so hopefully he's okay. Appears to be okay. Jogs off the field. So Ledger setting up shop here on the Vikings 22-yard line with a 1st and 10. See if they decide to take a shot in the air off of the turnover or try and stay ahead of the chains. King has his man, and it's through the fingertips. Looks like that was Aiden Ottery. A beautiful pass by King. A little out in front of Aiden Ottery, but probably a ball he would tell you he should have had. Would have been a beautiful touchdown. King and Ottery probably going to be kicking themselves. King probably wishes he threw it a half a yard shorter, and Ottery wishes he just held on to it. And an option, and here's King. He's got inside the 10. He's going to go down, 1st and goal. Pickup of 10 plus on the quarterback keeper on the option play from King. So 1st and goal on the 6. The Ledgers are knocking on the door. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle and coming close to a touchdown, just short. As that was Highland. I was waiting for him to see his number there in that pile. So Isaac Highland gets it to 2nd and goal on the 1-yard line. So hard to defend Springs in the red zone. They got multiple backs back there they can hand to, Highland or Miller. Get handed to someone in motion, or just like that, King can keep it himself and score, and that's exactly what just happened. So King with touchdown number 2 for Springs, and they're up 12-0 on your Quest Interiors scoreboard. Put King down for a 1-yard rushing touchdown at the 2:26 mark. And going for 2 again is Springs. Highland in motion. King under center. He's going to toss it, and it's Miller, and he's going to walk in. 2-point conversion good 14-0. St. Mary Springs leads it with 2:26 to go in the first. We'll take a break here on RadioPlusInfo.com.
At Airtech Heating, we are all excited for sunshine and warmer temperatures, and we want to do whatever it takes to ensure you're not caught in the heat of summer with no AC. Before the blazing temps hit, let our technicians clean and inspect your AC to ensure it's performing at its best when you need it most. Our NATE certified technicians bring the right tools, expert knowledge, and Bryant's high-quality products right to your door. For AC maintenance, service, and installation in the Fond du Lac area, call 924-6742 and 239-4307 for our Ripon office.
March Mania at Holiday is your ticket to save with beefy cash incentives on Buick and GMC favorites.
Score slam dunk savings.
Get more for your trade.
Plus, an exceptional buying experience.
Discover the difference at Holiday Automotive Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Drive inspired in the 3-row Mazda CX-9. Now $349 per month with 0 down.
Get more Mazda for your money and more for your trade. Plus, an exceptional buying experience.
Discover the difference at Holiday Mazda Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Welcome back to RadioPlusInfo.com. Miller's going to kick it off for Springs, left to right on your screen. It's going to be fielded at the 14. And up the middle, hasn't been touched yet, and now breaking a tackle and finally brought down at about the 40-yard line. That was 35. Jacob Huey for WLA. So the Vikings, Huey gives great field position to the Vikings. They've had good field position on all three of their drives. Have yet to convert it to points on the first two, but they're going to start this drive on the 39. Vikings fumbled it and turned it over on their last possession. And they're going to hand it off up the middle, and a gain of a couple for Jack Karst, number 20, the 5'9", 170-pound freshman. Gain of a couple. Neither quarterback, if my memory serves me correct, has completed a pass yet. Vikings have not attempted one, and the Ledger's almost hooked up for one on a touchdown, and there it is again. It's going to be Karst, but he's just going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and 3rd and long coming up for the Vikings. Might have lost half a yard on that one. They're going to mark it as a loss of 1, so unable to get back to the line was Jack Karst. Minute 10 left here in the first. Big 3rd down coming for the Vikings, as even if they don't get points, they like to put a couple first downs together at least. Give the defense a bit of a breather. It's going to be a pitch. It's actually Huey, and he's tackled in the backfield for a loss. Punt teams come on for both squads, and the Vikings are going to punt it away here just before the end of the first quarter. Reminder, we're at Ingalls Field in Ripon. Neutral site game, just like every game will be this year in the spring alternative football season in the Flyway Conference. And a solid punt there and a good roll, and they're going to down it at about the 25-yard line. So a solid punt from Ethan Cole, 6'1", 200-pound junior. And Ethan Cole flips the field. And there's exactly 1 second left after that punt. So the Ledgers are going to get one play off before the end of the quarter. Ledger scoring more points in the first quarter than they did last game, and in last play of the first quarter is going to be Miller for a solid gain. At the end of one, it's 14-0. Ledger's on top of the Vikings. We'll take a break here on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Healthcare workers choose Marian University's completion programs to advance their careers because healthcare is what we know. Radiologic technologists who are ARRT certified can earn 60 credit hours towards their bachelor's in radiologic technology and graduate in just 2 years. Our 100% online classes start every 7 weeks. Don't wait to boost your career potential and apply today at marianuniversity.edu/apply.
At Camera Casino, we are making magic happen.
If you have a lot of slides sitting at home, we can magically put them on a CD for you. Need a different lens? We can fix that.
If you need something to carry all of your equipment, watch this. Oh, sometimes smaller is better.
Whether you're looking for cameras, tripods, or accessories, Camera Casino can make magic happen for you.
Welcome back to RadioPlusInfo.com. Second quarter about to start here at Ingalls Field. It's 14-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Springs leading their rival Winnebago Lutheran Academy. A couple of punts for WLA and a fumble lost. King back to pass. He's got Ottery. Jump ball. Incomplete. A bit underthrown, but Ottery's got big wingspan. Gave his man a chance to go get it. So Miller had a gain of 9 on the last play of the first quarter. They come out, take a shot, don't complete it, and now 3rd and 1 for the Ledgers. Handoff up the middle. Looks like it's Highland. Makes a man miss, and he's got the first down. So Isaac Highland, a smaller running back at 5'11", 175. Just shouldn't say smaller running back. He's not that small for a running back, but able to wiggle his way in for a first down. Great start on both sides of the ball tonight for the Ledgers, as this one's up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of about 8. As that was 36, Levi Hempner. Hempner led the team in tackles last Friday. He also had a carry for 3 yards tonight. He's got an 8-yard carry on the last play. 2nd and 2 on the 49. Springs his own 49. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper on the read option. And spin move falls down. A gain of about 10 and another first down for Springs. So King has a rushing touchdown and another nice move there, showing that he can beat you on the ground. Both teams really rely on the running game from their running backs and quarterback. First and 10 on the Vikings 43, and this is going nowhere, and Highland's tackled for a loss. As that was 51 in the backfield. Bryce Ebert. So Bryce Ebert making a huge defensive play there, putting the Ledgers behind the chains. That's the type of play the Vikings needed. They need a couple more to force a 4th down. Trying not to fall down by 3 scores. Officially 2nd and 17, so a 7-yard tackle for Ebert there. It's going to be a draw play to Miller, and he's picked it all back up and then some. A first down on the draw to David Miller. Beautiful play design. Looked like they're going to drop back and pass. King hands it to Miller. And Miller, he's 6'3". He's got those long strides, and he can cover a lot of ground very fast. And he just picked up those 17 yards and a couple extra. First and 10 on the Vikings 30. Hand off to Miller up the middle for a gain of about 3. Ledgers have been able to move the ball almost at will tonight. 21, Caleb Colibert on the tackle for the Vikings. Not too many third and longs for Springs tonight. Always manageable, and here's another first down as this one is carried by 36. Levi Hempner. Hempner, 180 pounds. Sophomore. Going to be on Springs for a couple more years. Already doing a great job on both sides of the ball. On the 19, King's handoff. He actually keeps it himself, makes a man miss up the middle. It's going to be a touchdown. Braden King with touchdown number 2 tonight. Both on the ground. So King on the read option keeps it himself. Goes up the middle for a 19-yard touchdown. And the Ledgers are up 3 scores. And just like they do so often, going to go for 2 here is Bob Highland. Up the middle, conversion is good. Does it look like that was Highland? So Isaac Highland converts it. It's 22-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. We'll take a break here on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we believe in happy accidents, like in 1964, when a Buffalo, New York restaurant owner accidentally bought chicken wings instead of chicken necks. The 60s were a crazy time. Well, decades later, and the mistake-turned masterpiece is now at Pizza Ranch. Introducing our new traditional and boneless chicken wings, tossed in our signature sauces. 2 more ways to get the country's best chicken available for carryout and delivery. Maybe it wasn't an accident after all, just delicious fate. Pizza Ranch. Mmm.
When you hire the attorneys at Everson & Gibbs LLC, you're getting more than professional representation. Their partners are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Whatever your legal needs or questions, Everson & Gibbs LLC has you covered. Practicing business law, personal injury, estate planning, probate and guardianships, and real estate. They work closely with their clients to provide exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Give them a call at 920-922-7113. or head to eversonandgibbs.com.
Welcome back to RadioPlusInfo.com. 8:13 to go in the second quarter. It's been all Springs tonight. 22-0 against WLA. Bit of a bounce back. Springs losing 24-14 to Omro last week. Vikings going to set up shop at about the 30. Looked like that was Jacob Huey on the return. So obviously the Vikings need to get some points on the board, but priority one's got to be just moving the chains a couple times, letting the defense. I know a lot of the players are playing 2 ways, but instead of playing on your heels, be the aggressor. Get out there, move the sticks a couple times. Last thing you want to do is go 3 and out here and get the Ledgers the ball back right away. And they're stopped at the line of scrimmage, able to fall forward for a 1.5 yards. That Ledger's defense not allowing many running lanes. We got number 70, Jimmy Kibble, 280 pounds, 6'4". He's a big fella on the line. 72, Billy Schwartz, 6'5", 280 pounds as well. A couple of juniors. 73, Brian Gellings, 6 foot, 215 pounds. Some big fellas for Springs. And speaking of them, in the backfield is 72, Billy Schwartz once again. So 3rd and long coming up for the Vikings. So Sharath on the tackle. Excuse me. So Sharath, he's been in the backfield a couple times tonight. 3rd and 11. Springs a hard team to run against with that big defensive line. Back to pass now, and going to tuck it and be forced, maybe not quite out of bounds, but tackled is Josh Roloff. And another 4th down coming for the Vikings. So Roloff can't convert on the rollout after dropping back to pass. And this is, I think, 3 possessions in a row now for the Vikings without converting a 1st down, with a turnover mixed in there. And it looks like they're going to punt. Yeah, just a bit of a tease there, as showing that they might go for it, but they're going to go back and punt this one away, and it's a booming kick. And Miller just kind of watches it goes out of bounds. Goes out of bounds at about the 27-28. Official can't make up his mind. They're going to say the 27. So 27-yard line for the Springs. .538 to go here in the second quarter on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Again, we're at Ingalls Field in Ripon. Neutral site. King back to pass. He's looking for Ottery and overthrows him. Ottery was open. Probably would have been a gain of at least 7 or 8 yards there, and the left-hander King overthrows him a tad. Stops the clock and brings up 2nd down. Two running backs, 2 receivers set. They're going to hand it off up the middle to Miller, and he does a half spin move and gains about half the yards needed. So 3rd and roughly 5 yards to go now for Springs. Then completed pass does keep them a little bit farther for them to go, as they've typically had 3rd and shorts and 2nd and shorts tonight. But 3rd and 5 is more than manageable, and Miller is not going to get there as the Vikings get a stop. We'll see if the Ledgers go for it, but Miller doesn't get enough. 72, Oscar Bloom on the tackle for the Vikings. Oscar Bloom, one of the couple Vikings on the tackle. And punt formation for the Vikings and for Springs as well. So David Miller is going to be back there to punt it away. The punter, kicker, kick returner, running back, the do-it-all threat. Not the best punt as it goes out about midfield. Going to be marked at the 49-yard line of Springs. So Vikings start with good field position, already in opponent territory with 4:11 to go. What a beautiful night for football tonight. A little chilly, but no rain, no snow. Beautiful sky. It is a bit windy. Feels like fall football. Feels like September, October fall football. It's actually a day away from April, if you can believe it. Already a few months into 2021. As that goes nowhere. Gain of maybe 1. Noah Gensler jogs off the field for the Vikings. Colbert jogs back on. 72 in on the tackle for that one for Springs again. We've called that number quite a bit. Sharath. Second and 8. Motion, the pitch is going to be an H-back toss potentially, and it's going to be completed and then immediately tackled. So pass is completed to number 20, Jack Karst. So they pitch it to the running back, and then he does complete a pass to Jack Karst, but still going to only a gain of a couple there. So it didn't fool the Springs defense too much. First completed pass tonight for the Vikings, and I believe it was Wiedmeyer that threw that one. I believe it was 16 Wiedmeyer. Josh Roloff yet to complete one. He's back to pass, and he's going to be brought down. Almost escapes it, and he's brought down for a sack as a couple Springs were back there. And here comes the punting team. Sharath was back there. I don't believe he was the initial penetration there, but he did help finish up the sack on Roloff. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Good pressure by Springs. A beautiful punt, and it's fielded at about the 15. Making a man miss is Miller, and he's tackled at about the 27. Beautiful punt by the Vikings. Decent return by Miller. And the Ledgers got 1:45 to try and put up some more points before the half. As you see in the lower left bottom of your screen, it's 22-0 on your Quest Interior scoreboard. It has been all St. Mary Springs tonight. Defensive front has been phenomenal. Offensive line has blocked well for their running backs as well. And now here's a hole and a big play for Springs, and Miller might be gone. He's at the 30, the 20, and he's going to be brought down outside of the 10-yard line, and a 50-yard plus gain for David Miller. Ethan Cole on the tackle, preventing the touchdown. David Miller, he's got the big play explosive capabilities. Returned a kickoff last week for a touchdown. He does have a touchdown tonight already. He had about a 20-yard run on the 2nd and 17 play. That's got to put him close to 100 yards if he's not over yet. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper and another touchdown for King. So Braden King with touchdown number 3 tonight, all on the ground. And Miller with 1 rushing touchdown. So 4 rushing touchdowns for the Ledgers, 3 of them from the quarterback King. Looks like the Ledger's going to go for 2. No surprise here. King going to keep it himself, or is he going to hand it off? He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to try and roll out, and he is smothered by a swarm of Vikings. And it's going to be 28-0 with 1:12 to go in the first. We'll take a quick break. You're watching high school spring football on RadioPlusInfo.com.